All right, a brand new series joining us here on Captain TV, and we welcome you into this Monday night brand new league that you get to enjoy. The LMCgear.com iRacing IndyCar Series presents the round 3 at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. I am the captain with you, Chris Scallon. We appreciate you coming to join us on this Monday evening and a great day for IndyCar racing here on a Monday night at a great historic course like the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. We are getting ready for some great racing on the way, and we got some big announcements we're going to put out here as we're in the middle of a pre-race show. 15 minutes here before the start, and of course, as you see on screen, this is the LMCgear.com iRacing IndyCar Series, and of course, they got some great sponsors too, and we'll talk about them here in just a few minutes. Cars are on track, get the paints and everything getting all loaded up, and we'll be going green here in a couple minutes. They're actually in the middle of qualifying, and we'll catch the last couple minutes of this here in just a couple minutes as they finish up qualifying here. In the next, looks like 6.5 minutes. So, got some great racing in store for you this evening, and of course, it wouldn't be put together without well, a great man who reached out to me literally recently about being in a part of this series, and I'm very thankful for it. And Jim, who is the admin for the series, he is literally put this all together and made this all work out. Jim Herrick is the gentleman's name. He's actually a Hoosier, which is kind of connected to me because I spent, as you know, a few years back, I was in the state of Indiana myself doing some living in. Jim, the Indiana Hoosier himself. I think that's your nickname for me right now until I come up with one for you. But Jim, you've put this whole thing together. We appreciate you coming out and joining us here this evening here at Mid-Ohio. Of course, you're going to be in this race, but talk a little bit about the series and how it's been put together and the structure.
Yeah, well, we put this together. Actually, Chris is mainly responsible for running the league. He got everything started. He just brought me on as title sponsor this year, and so we've been working together to promote the league and try to draw in some new drivers and get full fields here and get sponsors so we can put on a good show for our fans.
And talk about the structure of the schedule. Obviously, we've looked over it. We see, it's all road courses, but one big race, and of course, it wouldn't be an IndyCar season without Indianapolis.
Yeah, that's one of the things that sets us apart a little bit from some of the other IndyCar leagues is we're mainly a road course league. The only oval that we will run will be the Indianapolis oval track for our Indy 500, which is always the biggest race of the year for us. And this year we actually have a very special sponsor for that race. We've brought on Indy Humane Services, Indiana Humane Services. They raise money for shelters and provide spay and neuter services for animal shelters in Indiana. And they help raise their money through the Indiana Pet Friendly License Plate. So we're promoting that and helping to raise money for that cause right here in Indiana.
And what's interesting about that, and I have to share this quick story with you. I moved from Florida. It was the first time I ever moved out of state. Was to the state of Indiana, doing radio. And I get up there, and all of a sudden they're like, "Yeah, you got to go to the BMV to get your license." And I'm like, "The what? Wait, it's DMV, isn't it? Because in Florida it's the DMV. No, up here it's the.
Hear you.
It's the Bureau of Motor Vehicles. There I am. Yeah, what I was talking about was when I moved from Florida to Indiana, basically, there was the BMV in Indiana. There's the DMV in the state of Florida, which I found very interesting. So it's cool to see them on board here, being a part of this. But that's one thing you'll learn moving from other states is apparently the Department of Motor Vehicles and all that stuff are different names depending on which state you go to.
Yeah, that's right. And yeah, we're very happy to have them on board and, to help raise money for that cause. So that's going to be a very special race for us, and we're happy to promote them.
So looking forward to that. That's coming up Indianapolis. I believe that if I remember the date was August 17th.
That's correct.
Bingo.
I can't remember. That's 3 weeks or 4 weeks. I'm
That's
a little lost on my schedule because I was just on vacation for a week, so you'll have to excuse me there.
Oh no, it all is good there. It's funny because I thought like this week, it always gets weird when the last day of the month is right at the end of the week because it's like, wait a minute, when's the 7th? Then you realize, oh wait, the 7th is a week from this Friday, which is the 31st, and it gets all confusing. But hey, talk about you got also some other sponsors here. You mentioned Alliance Group Technologies here, and you've got Indiana Humane, and then of course the LMC Gear. Talk about the lead sponsorship, and I believe you got something going on there too.
Yeah, lmcgear.com is my company, and we sell lightweight motorcycle camping gear. It's a type of compact and lightweight gear that you'd use if you're packing up for a camping trip and want to take your stuff on a motorcycle, or backpackers use the same type of gear in their adventures too. And so we've decided to be the title sponsor and use this iRacing format to advertise our business, and so far it's been doing very well. We've seen a lot of hits on our website, and we really appreciate all you folks checking us out. So have a look at lmcgear.com.
And then you have one special announcement before you get in the car here. You got about a minute and a half of qualifying left here, but one special announcement you want to make?
There is one other special announcement, and that is that now that we finally have our broadcasting situation nailed down, thanks to Chris Scala here and Captain TV, we are able to announce our final prize package, which we are going to double last season's payout of $100, making the total payout $200, and we're going to pay down to 5th place this year. We wanted to keep some of the battles further back in the pack going to the end of the year, keep things heated up and keep people interested all throughout the season, and we're happy to be able to do that. So hope to be seeing everybody racing hard out there, but keep it clean, guys.
That is all that matters. In t-shirts and other types of gear, I believe, that we're going to be giving away or selling. And Jim, also we got some t-shirts and stuff that we're going to be doing some stuff for.
That's true. Sorry, I almost forgot about that. I'm sorry, but your mic cut out a little bit. I didn't hear you, but
my apologies.
Yeah, we have some T-shirts that we're selling. They're going to be $15 for a shirt, and there's $2 for shipping. But Chris Lewis and I are each going to donate $1 for each shirt to the Indy Humane Services charity, and so we hope that there's some interest in those shirts. Hopefully you got the graphic up there now so everybody can see it. Anybody's interested in getting a hold of one, just contact me or anybody who you know in the league, and we will get you set up.
There you go. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Chris, we'll let you say hi here real quickly if you can. I know you got about a minute or so before you guys officially grid, it looks like, here at Mid-Ohio. But Chris, you're the man behind the series. Talk about the fun you guys have had so far. You've had Silverstone, and you, of course, I just lost it in my head. I had the other race in my head, but, you know, those moments happen. But you're at Mid-Ohio tonight, Coda next week, a lot of road course racing. Talk about the series a little bit.
I'm definitely excited for it. It's been a blast so far. We've had a couple of different winners. Cohen actually leads the league in wins. He's got 3 in the 2 seasons that we've had. He's really impressed me. He's one of Jim's guys sponsoring LMC Gear. And Laguna Seca is where we were last week.
Yes.
It was a pretty neat track. I'm looking forward to Indy. I'll be running my one race a year at Indy again, so can't wait.
I'll have to go back and watch that race to see if anyone happened to fall victim of the corkscrew at Laguna Seca, Mazda Raceway. If you've not seen the corkscrew, go run a lap there and let me know if you get to the start-finish line, because you can't get there unless you pass the corkscrew. So, hey guys, we appreciate your time here. Looks like we're going to grid up here. We'll get everything set to go, and we'll get race number 3 of the LMCgear.com iRacing IndyCar Series here at Mid-Ohio Green. All right, going to grid up here, guys. I appreciate your time, and we'll get racing here at Mid-Ohio Motorsports Park.
That's it.
All right, here we go. We're going to grid them up as per usual. Going to get the shortened parade lap here as we get ready to go racing at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Let's take a look at the starting grid as we get this all going here. Starting with the pole sitter here tonight, Isaac Morris. If I'm seeing this right, 317. Actually, it's going to be Alex Sand on the outside of Alex Morris. 108.5. That's actually a pretty good time for these. Sorry, I had to hit the button there real quickly, but 108.5 going to be the pole time, and a 108.503. 2 1,000ths of a second separating the top 2 times on the pole there. So congratulations to Isaac winning the pole for this race. And starting in row number 2, going to be Cohen Evans. He'll drive the number 17. He was only 7 1,000ths off the pace, 108.508 and a 108.978. Matthew Casey, he'll start in row number 2. Row number 3, Craig Forsyth, the 131 car, as we see some of the guys gridding up here. Alongside Daniel McDonald in the 6th position. Row number 7, Matt Houston, alongside Julian Altena in the 31 car. Thomas Gold in the number 4. He'll start 9th. Jake Robertson in the top 10. So 1.2 seconds separating the top 10 in this grid. You cannot help but be impressed by that with this series. Jim Herrick, there he is, the man that runs the LMCgear.com website and stuff. You can check them out right now. He'll start in the 11th position alongside Don Hunter. Marion McDaniels. Marion McDaniels, he'll start alongside of Dan Morera. I'll do that to help him out a little bit. I don't think he realized he was in the room with me still. John Machoni, he'll start alongside Brad Haldane. Also Joe Fierro, and I don't think Lewis is starting, as he said. He only runs 1 race a year. There's Sean Stevens, the most popular driver in the series, and the green flag is out. Here we go, Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, 47 laps. Welcome, LMCgear.com IndyCar Series to Captain TV. And I'll put the drivers' names down here in the bottom left corner so we can get used to the drivers in the series. But Isaac Morris, he is going to take the lead down here in to the keyhole as they work their way on the straightaway down towards China Beach. A very long straightaway, the longest straightaway on the course. Isaac has said goodbye so far here. Alex Sant, Cohen Evans, Matthew Casey in a battle here. Daniel McDonald going after position here on the 73 car. Or the 73, I should say, making a pass on Jake Robertson there in the 22. Forgive me, I will get used to the names in the series, so obviously I'm getting used to it myself, just like everybody else. But do appreciate everybody coming on board with us this evening. There is Robertson. Very tight field. Matt Houston, the Indiana driver. Oh, Gold going a little wide there, but everybody okay. As we're going to complete lap 1 here in the final corner. And the sweeping left-hander down to complete lap 1 of the 47. Again, we will see stops in this race. I think it's about 30 laps on a tank of fuel. I'm not the IndyCar expert, but I do know from watching the IndyCar series on TV, it's usually about 30 laps or so on a tank of fuel here. But everybody minding their P's and Q's so far here for the start of this race. I say that as Marion McDaniels spins it into the keyhole. Oh, a little bit of contact. 2-3 cars involved here. Now, there are full course yellows. It's going to be up to the admins to determine when that'll be thrown. They're not going to throw one there, but Marion McDaniel, the 11 car, goes around. He's probably got some suspension damage. And we'll get a replay of that here. Watch Marion here, the 11, the black number 11 car there. My guess is downshift issue there because the way the car just snapped, it has so much downforce entering a corner. I would think there was some kind of issue with the downforce or with the shifting there. I could be wrong on that. But you can see Marion with the issues there, and Brad Haldane also, the Canadian driver, he has got no nose, so no downforce for him at all either. Oh, another car off. Jake Robertson's had issues up here near Thunder Valley. The UK&I driver. He's got, actually, it's past Thunder Valley. It's coming to the pits here. And one car off again here. That's the damaged Haldane car. So a lot of issues from drivers here. Now, I should say the eye you're seeing on the telemetry up above, that is Isaac Morris. I believe the R is rookie. I could be wrong by that. I did not get that checked. And again, I'm learning things here. As you might have heard, it was a kind of an on-the-fly thing. We got this all put together here. But Isaac Morris, that is the IR you're seeing up there. That is Isaac. I'll keep you up to date on that throughout the race. Alex Sant, that Indiana driver, he's starting to put pressure on. Here's Thunder Valley. Yeah, it could be a brake bias. That's a good point, too. Too much front brake. You can go spinning around in these cars. Guys, do me a favor if you're watching on the stream, obviously. Still getting everything down here and going. Let me know if you're seeing any choppiness and stuff, because I want to work on getting that all fixed. But I do appreciate chat. You can chat with me. I love chatting with the people watching the race. If you're a fan of the series, if you're sponsors, whatever, you can reach out to me and talk. I'm right here. Very choppy. I'm here. No, that's not good. I don't like to hear that. So the top three separated very little by about 1.7. And then back to Matthew Casey, 3 seconds back in fourth. Craig Forsyth, 4.8 seconds back here in the fifth position. Get off my screen. Thank you. I am a one-man show, by the way. That is one thing I will say. We kind of promote that, sort of. I'm the producer, the director, the commentator, the guy who messes up. It's all on me, basically. Just remember that. Anything goes wrong tonight, blame me. But I'm all about having a good time with everybody, so we appreciate you guys coming to watch this evening. Some great racing here in the LMCgear.com IndyCar Series. That's probably because I've got this open. Getting the kinks out, as we call it. Basically what happens is you get too many things running on my screen and it just overcooks everything. And I apologize for this. I will get it fixed here in 2 seconds, hopefully. Thought I had everything set, but unfortunately I get some things that reset on me. But you see Morris still out here in the front. There we go. That should fix a good portion of that issue. Yep, 18.5 gallons of fuel, as you mentioned, all ethanol. Corn ethanol, I believe, too. Matt Houston, there is the Indiana driver. Matt, also a broadcaster I found out earlier today, reached out to me, wanted to talk a little bit. He's running in the 7th position. Last lap of a 1:10.639. It was actually his best lap, but he's 7 seconds back right now from that lead pack. Lap number 5 in the books. Change it up here. See the speeds right now out of Matt. Cohen Evans going to come up here and put a lap on Brad Haldane. Cohen did get by Alex Sant. So did Matthew Casey. So those guys up to second and third. Sean Stevens on pit road here in the 7:10. I'm getting the choppiness fixed here, guys. I apologize for the couple issues here. Should be about fixed. Julian Altania there in the 8th position. Don Hunter up to 7th. Matt Houston again up to 6th. There's Forsyth there in the 5th position. the LMC.com gear car. Shouldn't be frozen anymore, correct? Let's take a ride with the new, we'll call it the new IndyCar, the upgraded IndyCar here. Forsythe here working his way up through the last corner here. There's pit road to the left. And we'll let you take a ride here with Craig. Enjoy. There you go, a lap around this track. It's really quick around here. The aero shield, as you mentioned, that is the new part of this car, basically. Cooperate with me here. There we go. Check on the weather real quickly here at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. It is 76 degrees, track temp of 113, which is pretty hot here in the middle of the day. And, of course, if you don't know about the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course in the town of Lexington, which is about 20 minutes west of Mansfield, 2.212-mile course, 13 corners. And that's how that Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, very hilly course, but a very fun course to run. As Isaac Morris, he's having some fun. He's led all 9 laps so far here out of the 47 that have seen no cautions. We'll go through the field here. Here's Cohen Evans. He's second. Alex Sant, another rookie there in the third position. Matthew Casey, he is fourth. And rounding out your top 5, Craig Forsythe. So what would you do in this situation? So if you're somebody who's up front, do you just split the race in half? Do you run it until you run out? I've always been one until you go until you run out of gas, because I mean, I'm not the fastest road course driver in the world. But here, when you have the top 5 sitting underneath 9 seconds, you got the top 10 all under 20 seconds. I mean, that leads for some strategy play as you look at Julian Altania. No, I apologize for that. Just a couple little bumps in the road that we had to fix. But we're getting there. So, do real quickly want to promote the sponsor of the race. This is, of course, the Grand Prix at Mid-Ohio. And it is, of course, brought to you by our good friends at Alliance Group Technologies. You can check them out right now for the source of the highest quality engineering and IT professionals for your business. That is Alliance Group Technologies. They are sponsoring tonight's Grand Prix here at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. So we appreciate again Alliance Group Technologies for being a part of tonight's race. And of course, you heard the announcement earlier about the T-shirts. LMCgear.com has T-shirts they're going to be selling to help out the Indiana Humane Society. We'll talk about them here in just a little bit. Jake Robertson on pit road, unfortunately, running in 18th position. He has had his struggles tonight in this race. Let's go back here. Don Hunter in the 8th position. There's Daniel McDonald. Daniel McDonald. I want to say Donald McDaniel. Daniel McDonald. Unfortunately, I'm one of those guys that get tongue twisted really easily, so you'll have to forgive me for that one. But Thomas Gold there in the 4 car. He is running in 10th. There's and for the second time tonight, I've been on somebody who spins into the keyhole here. John Machoni goes for a little lazy spin. He was scrubbing his tires. Ooh, heavy damage on the 26 here. Not sure if he was involved in an accident. That is one folded up wing. Shall we call it the taco front wing, maybe? It's folded up like a taco. Sean Stevens. Been told he is the most popular driver, as I've learned a lot of things about this league in about 24 hours. A lot of great guys here. Oh, one spinning here. It's Jim Herrick. Oh, the 23 car. Not sure if he got helped or just went around. I'm already on the naughty list. There's a surprise. Unless that's one of those spams or something. Let's see what happens to Jim here. Jim is, unfortunately, 2 laps down in 17th. So Jim has not had a good night so far, if I'm seeing this right. He's been on pit road. Oh, and he gets helped out by the 11 car of Marion McDaniel. But Jim will carry on and keep on fighting. But Isaac Morris continues to lead here, lap 13 of 47 in the books. Again, the question going to be, he's already working his way up here in the lap traffic. When do you come to pit road? It's right on top of this brand new Aero Shield. You saw them debut it at the Texas Motor Speedway, the actual IndyCar guys, when they came back from the pandemic. Yeah, that's one thing I do have set up is where nobody can set up links and stuff, so just be aware of that if you're watching. Which I do like to give a shout out, and we'll do that real quickly here. I do like to shout out the viewers, and holy cow, I like it. Jonathan Thomas watching there, that's Violence. He was the one helping me out a little bit. T. Marie 0109, appreciate you watching. S. Casey 1959, Robert S. 06, Peter Bolt 113. Just to name a few, I'll give some more shout outs here in just a little bit, but appreciate everybody watching us this evening. Even the great people from LMC Gear watching. As you're right on board the second place car now of Cohen Evans. He's about 4.1 seconds back, running about 4/10 or so off of the lead pace here, but he's got that 3:17 of Alex Sant right behind him here, teammates. And tell you what, the 17 goes a little wide here as he has to get around this lap car. Wants to see how much of a role this plays. There you see your top 5 on the left side of the board. Again, the I, I'll have to talk to Jim and the guys about this. Not sure why. I'm guessing it's a rookie thing because Isaac Morris is a rookie, and then he's only showing I and then A. That's Alex Sant there in 3rd. Casey and Forsyth in the top 5 positions. Fastest lap of the race, you'll see right there. It's actually from Alex Sant, a 109.347. No lead changes so far in this race. Matthew Casey back here in the 15. He is some 10 seconds back. He's about 5 back from the third position. His last lap, actually the third fastest lap from all the telemetry I'm seeing here on the track. So Matthew maybe just getting into rhythm himself here. Let's check on Jim back here. Jim at a 23, Jim Herrick. Herrick with the fan club. I like it. That is awesome. Unfortunately, Jim back here in 16th. He has had his ups and downs here. And there's Cohen Evans. Again, third position. He has lost second to Alex Sant. Fortunately, we did miss that pass, but Alex did move up to the second position past his teammate here in the 17. There is teams in the series. We'll kind of go over those real quickly here in some of the teams. You got the, I believe this is accurate for the most part here. D2 Checkers and Wreckers, they're a part of the series here. That one features Brad Valdane, who is here. Thomas Gold also, that is this team here, so you'll see them on track. Here's the 4 of Thomas Gold. TI Racing, that is ran actually by Chris Lewis, the owner of the league. He's got Matt Houston, among others. Matt up here in the 6th position right now. Then the LMC.com, or LMCgear.com, apologize, James, or Jim. He's got Cohen Evans, of course, Craig Forsyth, and those guys on this team. So they're having a pretty good run, I would say. That's just to name a few of the teams in the league with respect to those. And again, they do have yellow flags. I know a lot of the road course series you see do not have yellow flags, but they do here. But they're only throwing them if it's like a big wreck. Like if, trying to think of a track, for example, at Long Beach, you go down into the big hairpin turn there at the final corner where you go down to like 30 mile an hour into the corner. Oh, Alex taking her a little wide there, almost towards China Beach. But if there's a big pile up there and like half the field gets in it, they're going to throw the caution because, let's face it, if 2 cars get involved in a wreck there, nobody's getting through. Am I wrong? So Isaac continues to lead. Alex Sant, Cohen Evans. And let's look back here. Craig Forsyth in the 5th position here doing a pretty good job. As we're already 18 laps in to this 47-lap race. You might have heard the announcement earlier this evening as we went on the air. Indiana Humane Society going to be sponsoring the Indianapolis race coming up. It's the only oval race on the schedule, and of course Indiana Humane Society saves the lives of thousands of cats and dogs every year by funding life-saving spay, neuter surgeries that address the root cause of shelter overpopulation. Their work is funded by donations and by Indiana Pet Friendly license plate, which is on the screen right there. You can learn more Humane Society or humaneservicesin.org. Easy for me to say. So that's cool to have them on board for the Indianapolis Oval race. Next week, it's COTA. And hopefully we'll be having some bigger news for you for the series and stuff come next Monday night. All the races will be broadcasted. We'll be on at 7:45. We were a couple minutes late tonight. We apologize for that, but just wanted to make sure everything was squared away for the evening. So we just kind of roll our way through the field here. 11 cars I'm seeing on the lead lap. And there's John Machoni. He is the last car on the lead lap. He is some 59 seconds back. So he's still a good 20 seconds or so, I would say, away from getting lapped by this guy who's led every lap, Isaac. Not sure why it says winner, but it does that to me all the time. Right. I mean, I remember, what was it, back when Scott Dixon, well, wait a minute, Dixon dominates everything, but Dixon, normally when he wins at Mid-Ohio, like every year, those races turn to be like caution-free somehow. But a lot of these cars holding on here. We actually, I believe Craig Forsyth had an issue here. I see him back into 7th position. Let's see if I can go back and find what potentially took place with Craig here. Looked like it happened a couple laps back, unfortunately. So we'll go back live. Unfortunately, missed that accident. Or whatever happened if he spun. But he is back in 7th now. Matt Houston's gone by. Thomas Gold. But this is actually, whoa, takes it off the track. I remember watching a, was it an IMSA car go flipping there, just doing that part. But Don Hunter here in the 35 car, he is looking to take the 7th position away. And let's ride. That's not John. Yeah, he has a lot of wins there. That's who I was wanting to ride on board with, Don. Through Thunder Valley here. Of course, you had the race a couple years ago that, of course, I'm going to lose it in my head here. Oh, gosh. Drove for Ganassi. Charlie Kimball won. And I remember that race was a 2 to 3 pit strategy race. He went on 3-stop strategy, I believe, and won that race a couple years ago. There you ride on board. Don Hunter trying to get around, hits that rumble strip in turn 1 down the straightaway here to the keyhole as he tries to look inside the 131. Not able to get around him. He's going to try here the over-under move. And a drag race down the straightaway. And it's going to be a tricky right-hand corner, turn 4 here. This is where it gets really tight because it's almost like an off-camber as Forsyth actually lets him go by. So I've learned that Chief G5150 is the IndyCar knowledge guy compared to me, the NASCAR knowledge guy. Appreciate the insight there, my friend. So Don Hunter will move up to the 7th position. Let's see if he can work his way up there towards Thomas Gold there in the 4th position. But this has been the best fight on the track right here, these two. Again, we appreciate everybody watching here tonight. The debut of the LMCgear.com iRacing IndyCar Series here on Captain TV. Look forward to a lot more races in the future. Again, next week's COTA. See, I give shout-outs and talk to people. So I'm saying, all the viewers on chat, I like chatting with them, enjoying themselves. Emma Frost Gaming. CAI Race. I'm guessing is it Sayre Race or Kai Race, maybe? I could be getting that wrong. I apologize. Yeah, somebody had a big off there. You actually saw it right there with me, Chief. See if we can find who it was. Tell you what, Marrera, first he had a bent up wing, now he's got no motor, or he's got a motor, but he's got no cover back there. See if I can find who had that off and won. I mean, I don't like to cover accidents for people, but at the same time, you know, we want to see all the action going on. Matt Houston has been on pit road. Craig Forsyth is on pit road right now. He's getting fuel and tires. So here go the pit strategies going on. 27 seconds, a 9-second pit stop, so about 27.1. So we're starting to see the pit stops happening here. So much going on, I'm trying to catch up here. To keep an eye on the leaders now to see when they come to pit road. But so far, McDaniel's pitted, Forsyth, Julian Altena's pitted, Houston is pitted. Yeah, if you can get through any of the kitty litter here, it's pretty impressive. So we're going to have to watch, see when Isaac Morris comes to pit road. And these other leaders, Alex Sant's on pit road right now. Tires and fuel for the 317. Matthew Casey on pit road. And you'll see the pit stops down at the bottom. 8.3 for Sant. Good stop there. And Matthew with a 10 flat. As you see, about 25 to 30 seconds is the pit road delta. So that moves Thomas Gold up to the 4th spot now. Don Hunter up to 5th. We'll see how everybody cycles out here. If it all cycles correctly, Sant should be the first car in this pack that is pitted, and he will be easily. But, of course, you got to get up on these tires, the colder tires. So pretty much everybody's split in half. We're just past halfway. And here comes the leader on pit road. Isaac Morris is in. He gets his tires, gets his fuel, and he pulls away. Cohen Evans right behind him in the 17. Now we got to watch where Sant comes back here. Now Isaac had a plenty of a size lead as Cohen comes out. Here comes Sant right here. Out of the final corner. And he will blend in, but of course Isaac and Cohen are going to be gone, but Sant does have warmer tires. That is a very true thing also, that the IndyCars do have the pit road speed limiter. They also have push to pass, and guess what? I do have that telemetry too also on board, and a lot of guys have not used a lot of push to pass in this race. The lowest number of push to passes left of any drivers, a couple with 7. Otherwise, mostly everybody with 8 or above. So Isaac going to hold on to the lead here after the pit stops that they have, and we'll see once everything resets how far the lead is for these guys. But very competitive. Oh, one car spun off here in the first corner, or in the final corner. Trying to see who that is. We'll back up here a second and see if we can find who went spinning there in the final corner. I didn't get a chance to catch it. It might have been Machoni. Let's see if I am going to play the lottery tonight. Oh, there goes Machoni. Lazy spin. Don't put in the litter. Thankfully, the iRacing kitty litter is a lot nicer than real life. Lazy spin for the 77. He continues on. There's Jim, 15th. He is 2 laps down. So after everything is done, Cohen Evans is 9.5 seconds back. Alex Sant is 15 back. Matthew Casey now 21 seconds back from the field. And Daniel McDonald is now up to the 5th position, so he had a good stop. Thomas Gold 6th. Julian Altena, he is up to 7th now. As we come by to complete lap number 28 in this race. That has flown by. Again, lap times at 109s, 110s pretty much right now for most of these cars. Isaac has led all the laps, even there, pitting late. He did not give up the lead at all. So if you see Chief over on the right side in chat, if you don't know what push to pass is basically, it's a boost in power. IndyCar came with it a couple years ago where they were trying to create a way to let cars pass. So it gives you a bump in horsepower up to 40 horsepower for up to 10 seconds. Now, they used to time it, but now they've just gone for straight. You push the button, you use it for that much time or whatever, and you go from there. Got a kind of tight battle here. We watch for sixth. Thomas Gold is only about a second up here on Altania. There's Gold right there in front. And Houston is only about 1.7 back. Forsyth only 1.8 back. As these guys come into the Thunder Valley area down towards the final quarter. You see all the rubber starting to show up here on the track. But we've been clean and green here in this race. Now entering the points tonight, Cohen Evans is the point leader by 2 over Matthew Casey. A real tight battle after the 2 races at Silverstone and Laguna Seca. That is true too. I just saw the paint scheme. That is awesome. On the 26 here. Dan Marrera. That's cool. So as we're 30 laps in, as you've seen, Isaac Morris has led all the laps. I do want to give another quick shout out to our title sponsor of tonight's race, and that is Alliance Group Technologies. If you're looking for someone for high quality engineering, well, look to Alliance. They have the highest quality engineering and IT professionals for your business, and qualified professionals. Let Alliance Group Technologies help you advance. They are forming technology partnerships for over 47 years, a lot longer than me. That's Alliance Group Technologies. Appreciate their sponsorship tonight in this race here at Mid-Ohio. The Clag. I remember when you'd always say that. Steve Matchin. That guy's a legend. All right, let's everybody's got their fans. I love it. Let's go for a ride with the LMCgear.com owner. Let's take a ride with Mr. Herrick, see how he's doing here. If you're just joining us, you're watching the third race of the LMCgear.com iRacing IndyCar Series, and Jim Herrick, you heard him talk about it earlier, is the owner of LMCgear.com. We talked to him a little bit ago, and he's got some T-shirts they're going to be selling to raise money, help out the Indiana Humane Society. Jim is actually a native Hoosier, went to school at IU. He is a resident of Indiana up there in the Bloomington area. I had my time up there in Indiana. Got to go enjoy Buffalo's there in Bloomington. We were joking about that last night. And here's Jim into turn 4 there. Does not want to go to China Beach. Stage left. So let's take you through the field and see how everybody's doing. There is your leader. He's led all the laps, all 31 of them, Isaac Morris. He's got the fastest lap of the race, as I'm seeing here also. Started first, still running first. Cohen Evans, the 17 car, he started in the 3rd position, running 2nd now. Alex Stanton, he is there in 3rd. Alex is about 4 seconds back. We're going to watch this fight here because earlier Sant did get by Evans for the 2nd position, so we'll have to watch that. Yes, here's a battle for position. We'll keep it here for a second. Battle for 4th. Matthew Casey is under attack here. from Daniel MacDonald. And these are teammates here. You can see by the similar paint schemes. Pendleton, yes. I'm trying to remember. Pendleton is to the east of Bloomington, right? It's been a couple of years since I've been to Indiana. Yeah, Pendleton is definitely not Bloomington. Bloomington's all college. let's get that right. I just can't remember from the conversation last night. I know he said he went to school there, and I know he's from the Hobart area. I couldn't remember what town he said he lived in. We're all getting to know each other here. I actually lived in Lafayette for, got some tires off there, for 2 years, and then moved over to Kokomo for 3 years. Did some radio up there, and then things happened, and I ended up in upstate New York for a couple years, and here I am now in Georgia. Yes, don't wreck your teammates. The Roger Penske rule. Race as hard as you want, don't wreck each other. Unless you're Cole Trickle and Days of Thunder. This is a good fight, though. Everybody just being patient here. Now, all this is about 10 seconds behind. That's how much I know. So I know where Anderson and Muncie is. I covered some high school football there, all in that division over at Muncie and Anderson. That's where Kokomo played with, trying to remember some of the other schools there. There's that town to the east. When you take, there's Newcastle, all that stuff. You would think I'd remember this. Gas City, the Speedway is right there in that town. And I cannot remember for the life of me that town. It has a high school right there east of Kokomo. That was a big rival. I remember watching James Blackman, who played at IU for a couple years there, play basketball. So they're coming up on the lap car here. I'm trying to see if that's the 11 or the 77 there in front. I believe it's the... I know they both have Tipton south of Kokomo. They have good pizza there. You're going to make me have to look. If you take the highway 26 right over to 85 or 69, that town right there. Oh, putting two off. Look, you don't want to do that. Lose the momentum. 15's got to protect a little bit from the 73. But McDonald not able to get to close enough run here. We'll check push to pass, see if anybody's on it here, especially in this battle. Oh, yeah. McDonald's down to 5 already on the push to passes. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Casey down to 5. So he's been protected. McDonald still has 9. So he's almost hoping his teammate here kind of runs him out. We'll have 12 laps to go this time by. Now I'm pulling out my phone and looking at a map. That's cool. So cool to see family rooting for each other. That is so cool. Yeah, cheer on, guys. I love it. Ah, Marion. That's it. Down here into the keyhole, the 15's done a good job. He's done the 4 push to passes. Yes, Rushville is, and I learned that the hard way, by the way. I called it Rushville the first time on radio, and I had people calling me left and right, and I'm like, look, it's spelled Russia, but it's pronounced Rushville, and then Rossville is just east of Lafayette. See the brakes there glowing on these cars. Let's, enough about me in Indiana. Let's watch the race. There, it's Ryder Ward. This is McDaniel, who's trying to catch his teammate there, who started to pull away a little bit. He's used a lot of push to pass. He's also got 7-lap fresher tires. That could be helping here also. McDaniel's been on track for 18 laps on this stint. And Casey only on the left. As a matter of fact, pit stops here. McDaniel coming to pit road. Now, as you know, in iRacing, they don't, unfortunately, show the pit crews like this. We'll cover this pit stop here, a two-stop strategy here. And he is not the only two-stopper. I see, looks like Haldane's been in for 2 stops. Julian Altena for 2 stops. So maybe a tire strategy here. But 8 seconds on pit road for McDonald. He is gone. He's going to come out, it looks like right behind Craig Forsyth maybe, in the 8th position. Yeah, because here comes Don Hunter right now. So we'll have to keep an eye out to see if we have more pit stops out of these guys. As we have 10 laps to go here in this Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course IndyCar race. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed your night here. It's a pleasure, and I do want to say thank you to the viewers, and thank you to Jim and Chris for reaching out to me. Again, you kind of heard the story a little bit. It was a last-second deal that we put on, got this on the air, and I know somebody was covering the races the last 2 weeks. Unfortunately, I didn't get the name of the person, but I will send a shout out there. It's always cool to see people step up and do good things for leagues and that kind of thing. So, yeah, and of course, short fill is where they actually don't put as much fuel in. It lightens the car up. And allows them to go a little bit faster maybe, or even get more rotation in the corners. So the best fight on the track is actually right here just ahead of these guys. Matt Houston and Craig Forsyth. It's only about a second separation here between these two. There's Craig in the 131 starting to work his way up here on the 66. Oh, Jim Herrick announced last week. Attaboy, Jim. Ooh, little loose there, caught that grass. Nobody on pit road as I'm just keeping track out of the telemetry to my right here to see if anybody sneaks on the pit road on me. Oh, a little bit of sliding there. You see the track really getting rubbered up here. Next week, Coda. Oh, nice save there by Craig. He almost lost the back end. These tires starting to get worn out. Just looking at numbers here real quickly. Craig's been on track now for 15 laps on the stint. And it looks like John Macchione is taking his car behind the wall, unfortunately. Not sure if he had some issues. He is 5 laps down right now. The only cars out of the race, Jake Robertson to 22. And I believe Sean Stevens is still on the track, even though he is some 6 laps down. Yes, he is. So he will actually pass John, who is off the track here in a minute for 16th position. Up, car on pit road here. Here comes the 15 in. Matthew Casey going to bring her in. Well, he's not going to top it off, but short pit here. Just get a new set of Firestone tires. Now, they do not have the red-black tires that you see in the IndyCar series here. It's all one. Oh, he overshot his stall a little bit. Oh, and he had some damage. Shall we review here? Maybe something happened to Matthew. Let's see. Oh, right here. Oh, no. Oh, hard into the tire barrier. That is over, is that Thunder Valley area? Yeah, it looks like just coming out of the left-hander, going into the right there. That is an easy section to lose the car at. Let's see, and yeah, you can see he's got wing issues. We'll watch it one more time here. We'll go on board. Okay, yeah, he lost it right there. So that's actually, yeah, it is Thunder Valley, so damages the car hard. He kept the tires, look like they're okay, but the wing and everything's just all messed up, unfortunately, on Casey's car. Bummer to see there, but he gets it fixed up, and he's in the 10th position now. Come over here into the final corner. 7 laps to go for Isaac Morris. 11-second lead. The 63 has over the 17. He's got actually only a second and a half on Sand, so Sand has reeled him in. He was some 6 seconds back just a little bit ago here, and the 317 is catching his teammate for second. There it is right there as they go past the lap car, the 710 of Stevens. Yeah, I'm going to be learning from him a lot this week and learning from everybody because, you know, I'll have a week to be able to sit back and kind of, I mean, I know Indy cars, but I'm not 100% on them. And I'm going to learn a lot, and trust me, next week when we get over to Dakota, I will be 100% ready. My goal tonight was just to get this on for you guys and have fun and let everybody else have fun. Hopefully they're doing so. Hopefully Chris is enjoying himself up there in the admin booth. I hear he's got some pizza up there he's eating. But now down to 0.8 of a second here. We'll watch this fight and keep track if anything else happens here throughout the field. That's probably one of the biggest keys that people misunderstand is these cars do not have traction control at all. So it's really easy to spin them. Appreciate that. And make sure you hit the follow button. And I will put it out there. I'll go ahead and say this. Our goal by next week is to be on YouTube. That is something I've been working on doing. I've only been back on the broadcasting side for about a month. I've been back on iRacing for about 5 months. And I've just got back into the broadcasting thing. I have covered many of races in the last 5 years. I did some stuff with a company, GSRC. You've probably heard of them. They do some broadcasting. Real good guys over there. The goal by next week is to be on YouTube for you guys and the other series that I do cover. So I think that'll be a big bonus. But right now we're on Twitch and we're having fun, and you guys are too, and that's awesome. Oh, contact, go to 31. Hold on, young man. Altania almost got into the back end of that car. A little argy-bargy as Fish. I forget his first name. Calvin Fish would say. He comes up on, still learning drivers here. Can't see the number of that car, but a blue and white car. And he just overruns the corner there and loses the back end and has to save it. Did a great job saving that. That could have been really bad. So 4 laps to go. We'll go back to that fight for second because it is down to 0.4 of a second here between teammates. Both of them got 4 pushes to pass. Again, you'll hear Cohen will use it more for the defense. And then Alex will use it more for the offense. There's the front nose of the 17. Let's jump back to the gearbox. See Sant doing a good job on entry. And now over to the 317. Turn 4, turn 5 section. Right here, your car gets very light. I mean, heck, it almost looks like they're off the ground right there. Then you come into the right side, right corner here in these S's, and it becomes Thunder Valley here. This is where you go down into a valley, and it sounds like thunder, literally, because the cars are so loud. This area of Ohio is very hilly. Basically, if you go just west of Mansfield on Highway 30, if you actually go directly west, you go right to Fort Wayne, Indiana. I actually used this road a lot when I was traveling to New York, and took a couple minutes and went down and checked out the track when I lived out there. Beautiful region, very beautiful. A lot of farming and stuff like that. 2 laps to go for Mr. Morris as we continue to watch this fight for second. Ooh, little lock up there from the right front. Got a lap car up ahead here. Let's see how much of a role that plays. That's the 31 up ahead of Julian Altania. He is the first car lap down in 10th. Matthew Casey, we'll have to watch his fight. He's actually about 6/10 behind 8th, so we're going to have a couple fights on our hands here as they come into the final corner here. There's our leader, Isaac Morris. Couple corners to go here, and he'll come across the start-finish line right here, take the white flag. Final lap here at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Let's check back here in that battle for second real quickly as the leader's working his way down towards the turn 4 and 5 section here. Sant not able to get a run. And that's not easy to do. Wire-to-wire wins are not easy. But Morris is looking like he's on his way to doing it here. We'll get back to this battle here, and we'll also check on the battle for 8th, which is shaping up here through the Thunder Valley section one last time for Morris. Into the final section, the final 2 corners. Isaac Morris going to kick off round 3 with a win at Mid-Ohio. And now the battle for second is on. Evans going to hold him off. Sant going to get third. That'll be your podium. And let's go back to this fight. I was talking about it for a second. For 8th, Casey was there. He was under a second. He lost a little bit here. I'm pretty sure push to pass is being used. We'll come back to it and watch Thomas Gold. He's going to come off of the final corner. He'll score 4th. Matt Houston, he's got a little fan club here. He'll come off of the final corner to take 5th. Craig Forsyth, good bounce back. He had fallen back to 9th at one point. Going to take the 6th position away from Daniel McDonald, who tried that 2-stop strategy. He is going to come back to 7th, and that'll lead us to the fight. The final car is here to finish. That's these two here. Don Hunter going to hold off Matthew Casey and take the 8th and 9th positions in this race. But it's all behind Isaac Morris in the 63. You're going to see some weirdness on my screen here for a second because I actually got out of Discord earlier when Jim was having fun, I think, in the broadcast booth. So I was kind of leaving him alone there. I figured I'd let him be, and I'm going to jump back in here, and we're going to talk to the drivers. As a matter of fact, we'll get a quick word with these guys here. And get your final results for the night this evening. Right now, I'm going to go grab, if I could find him here. Here's where I get to learn who everybody is and what channels they're in here. As I look for the winner. Mr. Isaac.
In the room.
Where you be, Isaac? Well, while I look for Isaac, I'll just talk with Jim and Chris here. Jim, unfortunately, not the best race for you tonight, but did you at least have a good time?
Yeah, I always enjoy when I'm in the car and racing with these guys. I had a little issue. I couldn't get the car to turn in very well at that first turn, and I went wide. Somebody had spun on the inside, and I wanted to make sure I didn't hit them, and just went too wide and got in the grass, and it caused a big accident. And I had to get towed back to the pits and lost a couple laps. So a good finish, but still fun anyway.
Hey, that's all that matters. You had a good fan club watching tonight, too, over in chat.
Hey, that's great. We need all the votes we can get for that Sean Stevens Award. It's pretty hard to keep up with Sean. He's got a pretty big fan club. So, but it's glad to see friends out there watching. As long as I got a chance, I'll give a shout out to my nephew Jacob and my family up in Hobart watching, and friends all around that are watching. And buddy Kent, I tried to give him a shout out last time and my mic cut out, but I want to give him a special thanks. He's been doing my paints this year and done a lot of work for me. So, you buddy, and I hope we put on a good show for everybody.
I say you guys did. It was a wonderful show. Good battling out there and great fighting. And Jim, we appreciate you. And we'll definitely get caught up this week, and we'll be ready for Coda next week.
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll be looking forward to it for sure.
Absolutely. Well, appreciate Jim there. He finished unofficially 14th for the 23 car. So we'll get.
Yeah, that's not one to write home about, but
hey, it's not last. It's a top 15. Look at the positives.
yeah, there we go.
So, all right, we'll bring Isaac Morris down here, the winner tonight in the 63 car. Isaac Morris, you got a copy, sir?
Yeah, I'm here.
Flag to flag, win for you. All 47 laps led. Was it easy as it looked?
No, it wasn't easy at all. Like, winning a race is never easy.
We'll talk about the racing out there. Obviously, the track very slick, 113 degrees at one point was the track temp. As the race was underway, you had to battle some lap cars and things. But talk about your race.
I mean, the start was perfect. I just did my own thing. I just got away nice and early. Did all the hard work at the beginning, and then so I could like chill out at the end. So when my tires came to like a lower percentage, I could just chill and not really spin out. But the race overall, it was just a fun experience, really. I've never done a race at Mid Ohio. I literally bought this track last Monday, and yeah, it's my first race on it, and it's just a fun track. I never realized how much fun it would be, and especially in these cars as well, considering how tight it is.
Well, I think now you got 17 other ticked off drivers that you just said you bought the track on Monday. So I'm sure that makes the field feel pretty good.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, it's just nice to be back on top after what happened last week. Sorry.
No, and it's interesting that you bring that up because I look at the tracks. You were at Laguna Seca last week. Laguna Seca, a lot of corners, not a lot of straightaway. Mid Ohio, not a lot of straightaway, other than obviously going down towards turn 4. And then Coda next week, you have the one long straightaway, I believe out of turn 10 or 11, if I remember the corners correctly. Otherwise, it's very technical, and that's something we've had these first couple races on the schedule.
Yes, I believe Coda is very similar to Silverstone, so barring like the right conditions and the right setup, like hopefully I can kind of repeat Silverstone again.
And Mid Ohio for that point too, right?
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
Well, hey, great job tonight, Isaac. I know it's a late night over there where you are across the pond. Obviously, stay safe. We look forward to seeing you next week at Coda. And as always, send a shout out whoever you'd like to here.
Just the team and my teammate Julian. He had a hard race, but he deserves a little bit more credit than is due. But he's put a lot of hard work in, and yeah, he's just a good team captain. So I just want to say thanks to him.
Very good, and great job, Isaac, tonight. Congratulations. Go celebrate over in the victory circle there. Actually, I believe it's right on the front straightaway there where you guys get to celebrate on the podium. So congratulations.
All right, thank you very much, guys.
There you go. Isaac Morris, your winner this evening, he just left. So I'm learning the whole switching people out of channels thing here on Discord. I'm used to TeamSpeak, not used to Discord with the switching, but I'm going to adjust here. I'm going to get some practice this week on that. Let's put it like that. Let me actually do this. Will probably make it easier for me. I'm going to go grab Mr. Evans, the second place finisher. The first question to you, Mr. Evans, that I have to ask is please tell me I got your first name right. Is it Cohen?
Yes, it is.
Woohoo! I'm playing the lottery tonight. All right, enough about me. Your second place run, you held off your teammate. You guys had a fight pretty much throughout the race, the both of you. I know he caught you late in that run. You went to pit road and got the tires and fuel and got out ahead of him and was able to hold him off.
Yeah, he had a little problem coming to pit road, I think, and I think that's what helped me do an overcut on him in the pits. But there at the end of the race, I kind of was wanting him to kind of dive bomb me at the end and make it a good finish, but he didn't do that. But so thanks for being a good teammate, I guess. But still, kind of wish you dive bomb me into that last corner.
Well, I mean, we think of the Roger Penske strategy: race as hard as you want, just don't wreck.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta congratulate him on doing that too. Finishing third for Alex was good for him with the two problems he had in the carousel, and he almost made it second, but I was just a little too fast for him, I think.
We'll talk about the racing out there because you had to fight, and especially with your teammate there. Obviously, with the pit strategy, you came out, and there's obviously cars all around you and stuff, and obviously you had to fight the lap cars and get them at the right time because obviously it's a very technical track, not a lot of room for push to pass. You only had a couple straightaways, obviously the long one going down to turn 4. But talk about just the racing out here at Mid-Ohio.
It's a short lap, so you're like always constantly passing lap cars, which helps or doesn't help you depending on who you are and where you're at on the track and if you're going to gain time. But after those first opening laps, I saw that Isaac, there's no way I was going to catch him, so I just focused on running my own race and came out second there at the end.
Well, you did a great job, Cohen. We appreciate you coming up here. You get ready to go to COTA, another technical track that obviously it's a fun one. It was built for Formula One racing. It's had some IndyCar racing, and now we get to go attack it here in the LMCgear.com iRacing IndyCar Series. Are you looking forward to COTA?
Oh yeah, definitely looking forward to it.
I'm working with Jim and him to see if they'll allow me to broadcast from that tower thingy in Turn 1. I think it'd be kind of cool. We'll see. But anyways, enough about that. But Cohen, appreciate your time. Shout out to whoever you'd like to, sir.
Shout out to Jim for being my team owner. Shout out to Alex for almost beating me there at the end. I think that's about it for this week.
There you go, Cohen. Second place finish for you. You can go celebrate up on the podium there with your trophy, and we'll see you next week. All right, Cohen Evans, second place finisher. I'm just going to put him here. He can move around. Sorry, Cohen. Let's go get Alex, the third place finisher tonight. Ran the fastest lap. I'll have to check on that. He had the fastest lap as of the midpoint of the race, so we'll see if that's accurate. But Alex, a third place run for you. Cohen was showing you a lot of credit for not driving it in there and racing him too hard, even though he kind of wanted you to, it sounds like, which is the opposite normally of what people would say there. But either way, a third place run for you. Got to be happy with that.
It wasn't a bad race. Cohen's my teammate. I was wanting to race him pretty fairly. I had a couple chances going into the keyhole, but I just wasn't quite there, and there were back markers in the way, so I just couldn't quite get up and make a fair pass. But yeah, it was a good battle. He defended really well. I also had a pretty good battle with Matt Casey earlier in the race, so that was fun too.
Yeah, you had to fight your way up there a little bit. You mentioned the battle with Casey. Now, pit road. Unfortunately, it looks like that might be the spot where you might kick yourself a little bit. Want to talk about what happened there with your situation? Because you had worked your way up to second. passing your teammate, and then all of a sudden you came out of pit road and you were 8 seconds, 9 seconds back, and worked your way back up to his back bumper or wing, I guess we'll say here.
Yeah, it's disappointing. I keep making dumb mistakes like that, but I'm working on it. Yeah, on lap 5, I locked up going into the carousel. Didn't hit anything, but I lost 2 positions and then had to pass Matthew Casey and Cohen again. But then I did the same exact thing, of course, on like lap 22 or 23. Actually hit the wall that time, broke my wing. So I tried to come into the pits, and then I slid over the grass and hit the pit attenuator. Destroyed my suspension. Had to take a fast repair, so thank goodness for we had that. But yeah, just lost a lot of time, unfortunately.
I mean, other than that, you finished 3rd. So it sounds like it was a clean race.
Yeah, other than that, it was definitely a clean race. Some scary moments going into, I think it was turn 3, just locking the brake, but no real incidents otherwise.
Yeah, I was going to say turn 3, the keyhole, as some know it as, there. That's almost like an off-camber corner, and it's easy to lock up there because it's almost like you're falling downhill, turning right.
Yeah, it's tough, and it's tough for the same reason that the carousel is. You're braking while turning, and so it's so easy to just lock a tire and run wide.
Yeah, it's almost like it gets light in the right front. But, well, Alex Snow, great job. 3rd place finish. Send shout-outs, whoever you'd like to.
Yeah, big shout-out to the team, Jim Herrick and LMCgear.com for giving me a ride here. Yeah, it's my first season, so, making progress. So thanks, Jim. Thanks, Cohen, for the great battle. And thanks, Craig, for being great teammates.
Absolutely, and you did a great job yourself tonight. 3rd place finish. You get that final spot on the podium, and we'll see you next week at COTA.
Thanks, Chris.
Absolutely. Alex Van de Sant, what he's here on Discord. I'm assuming that's his actual name, shortened down to Alex Sant, finishing in the 3rd position. Let's take a look at the final finishing order for tonight's event here at Mid-Ohio, the 47-lap race. Hey, there's some birds. Won by Isaac Morris. He wins it by 7.3 seconds over Cohen Evans, and then Alex Sant finishing 3rd. Thomas Gold, Matt Houston. Craig Forsyth finishing in the 6th position. Daniel McDonald finishing 7th. Don Hunter 8th. Matthew Casey and Julia Altania finishing in the 10th position. I hope I said his name right. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. Dan Marrero finishing 11th. Joe Fierro 12th. Brad Haldane finishing 13th. Jim Herrick works his way up to 14th. Marion McDaniels 15th. Sean Stevens, Mr. Popular Driver himself, there 16th. And the 2 cars that finished behind the wall, John Maccioni and Jake Robertson. As you see, Chris Lewis, the admin, did not run in the race. So, guys, we made it through the race. We appreciate everybody. Mr. Herrick there for getting us on board, getting me all the information. This man worked hard. I mean, it was to the point where on lunch break today, I came into this house and was getting everything set up just as much as possible. And he did a great job giving me all the information. There's plenty more that I could have gotten to and didn't get a chance to, but the most important thing that I do want to get to is the sponsors for tonight. I do want to give a shout out again to Alliance Group Technologies. If you're looking for the highest quality engineering, look to Alliance. They have great quality engineering and, of course, IT professionals for your business. They also have qualified professionals, so you can let Alliance Group Technologies help you advance, forming technology partnerships for over 47 years. Alliance Group Technologies. There they are on the screen. I thought I meant on the screen. That's what happens when you're a one-man show. You sometimes will hit the wrong button and not see it until you get up there. So we'll give them 5 more seconds. There's Alliance Group Technologies Corporation. 47 years of engineering and technical staffing services. Also, there's the T-shirts. Indiana Humane Services of Indianapolis. They save the lives of thousands of cats and dogs every year by funding life-saving spay-neuter surgeries and address the root cause of shelter overpopulation. Their work is funded by donations and by the Indiana Pet Friendly license plate. You can learn more at humaneservicesin.org. Again, humaneservicesin.org. So there we go. Race number 1 here on Captain TV in the books for the LMCgear.com iRacing IndyCar League. However, we're not done. As long as they let me come back, we'll be back next week at COTA, Circuit of the Americas down in Austin, Texas. So we'll bring our cowboy hats, go eat some barbecue, and get ready for some fun racing coming up here on Monday night next week. So hopefully enjoy your broadcast, or enjoy the broadcast. Hopefully enjoy your week. Our plan is to be on YouTube come next Monday. We'll let Jim announce that and stuff once we get that all squared away. I'm actually going to start working on that as soon as we get off the air here. So, but appreciate everybody watching this evening. And as always, I do have a quote that I've started to say here as we go off the air. If you have somebody that gets mad and says, guys, it's just a game, in the end, all you have to say is no, it's iRacing. See ya!